We wanted to give everybody a space experience that they'd never seen.
We followed the science. We also followed the projected science put into the book.
That's why we wanted all the sets to be real and for Rocky to really be there.
Who is more of a Grace and who is more of a Rocky between the two of you?
We both have a little bit of Grace and a little bit of Rocky in each of us. That's why we can relate to them.
You guys found a way to show emotion through physical movements.
And the whole thing was, how can we be expressive?
What are the movements that are universal? There's a bunch of these little things that we developed.
Was there anything you used as reference for those cosmic shots?
We just put a zillion lights everywhere.
Project Hail Mary built 2 sets for the ship, zero gravity version and a gravity version.
They were the same sets but turned on their sides.
Why did you have to do that?
Well,
hello, welcome to another Director Debrief. BD here, and this is the Project Hail Mary Director Debrief with directors Chris Miller and Phil Lord. I'm so excited to be bringing this one to you because I adore this movie. I love this movie. I think it is just, it's early. It's my favorite movie of the year so far, but the emotion, the visuals, Rocky as a character, Grace, Ryan Gosling, it's phenomenal. And what these two filmmakers did visually, just astonishing, and I love it. There are just a few things I need to tell you really quickly before you watch and listen, and it's important, and I'll make it quick. Number one, maybe the most important of all, this is full spoilers for Project Hail Mary. Every episode of Director Debrief is a look inside the making of these movies and TV episodes with the people who made them. And this is an opportunity to learn about it, learn about your favorite scenes, learn about some of the filmmaking craft and some of the thought behind some of the choices that the filmmakers made. And that's exactly what's about to happen here, but that does mean spoilers. Now, yes, there is some spoiler-free content that maybe you could get away with listening to if you haven't seen the movie yet, but do yourself a favor and go watch Project Hail Mary on the biggest screen possible if you haven't already, because I genuinely adore this movie, and I'm willing to wager that those 2 hours and 45 plus minutes are going to fly by for you like they did for me. I adore this film. Number two that I need to tell you of 4 real quick is who are Phil Lord and Chris Miller? Just in case you're asking. Well, they're phenomenal directors. They did 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street with Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill, which are movies I adore. I think they're so funny. They directed Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the Lego Movie, Clone High episodes if you want a little throwback. And they're also producers on the animated Spider-Verse movies, which are just genius. I know we all love those. The Lego Batman movies, Spider Noir coming up on Amazon, The Mitchells vs. the Machines, Last Man on Earth, Sheep Detectives coming up with Hugh Jackman. And now they are the directors of Project Hail Mary. And they're just good dudes, which leads me to my third point. I always love to share how these come together, share the story of how we made an interview or an episode happen. And this is a fun story. It goes back to 2020, honestly. Back then we did a watch party. We were doing quarantine watch party on Twitter where everybody would press play on a movie at the same time. And I was able to get some filmmakers, actors, and people to join for some of those when we were all stuck at home trying to have some fun. We all pressed play on Across the Spider-Verse together, and Lord and Miller were part of it, and they tweeted along, and it was so much fun, and I've done interviews with them and stuff, so we're familiar with each other. I saw Project Hail Mary events coming up, and I sent them a tweet. I said, guys, I would love to support this movie and hear from you on it. Lo and behold, got an email from their team. We were able to make it happen. Went out to NASA in California. They had a whole security badge and everything. It was an insane day. I was the least intelligent person in that building by far, and I've never been more okay with such a fact being true. It was so cool to see that place. We did this interview in the Mission Control Center. Just such a cool opportunity. And just to hear from them on this, just cool. Love sharing how these come together. And number 4, some real quick updates about the channel and events. First of all, guys, we're so close to 100K here on YouTube. The podcast continues to grow on Apple and Spotify, and it means the world to me that you guys continue to download the show. Hit the buttons that make sure you're subscribed on Apple and Spotify and everything. Hitting the thumbs up, leaving a comment, letting me know what your favorite part of these interviews are. Joining the Ask BD episodes by sending emails to the Brandon Davis Show at gmail.com. Like, everything you guys are doing means the world to me, and I love the community we're building. And we're going to celebrate 100K. I got to start figuring out how, because it's coming up fast, and it means the world, and I love what we're doing here, and thank you for that. There are panels at WonderCon. The Brandon Davis Show will be live on a panel with a special guest that's being announced very soon on Friday at WonderCon. There's another panel at WonderCon I'm a part of, breaking into entertainment media and content creation, where I'll give you some of the secret sauce with some of my closest friends, some really talented people in media. That's on Saturday at WonderCon. And if you're in New York City, you're not going to want to miss a Daredevil event. A little screening and episode of the Brandon Davis Show that I'm cooking up. That'll be announced very soon, so stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed, and I hope I'll see you there, guys. Go to thebrandondavisshow.com for full updates. It'll all be there. You can subscribe everywhere. Please do. But thebrandondavisshow.com will have everything for you. But without further ado, I've rambled long enough, everybody. Please enjoy this Director Debrief of Project Hail Mary with Chris Miller and Phil Lord. Project Hail Mary is I know it's only February, but like this is my favorite movie of the year so far, guys.
Nice. Thank you.
I
Thank
love
you very
it.
much.
Dude, congratulations on the reception. I've been seeing everybody is loving it. It's really cool.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, I want to hear from you guys. I feel like with everything you have going on, you're promoting this movie right now. You got Spider Noir next. I looked at your IMDb. According to IMDb, which is
Well, we
always
gotta-
accurate.
yeah.
Always
I don't know.
accurate.
30
It's gospel.
projects right now.
No,
It's
no, it's not really true.
No, but I mean, is making your schedule right now rocket science in itself?
No, most
Yes.
of what we're working on right now is the last Spider-Verse and promoting this movie. That's basically most of our days.
Is this almost like a reprieve? Like, is it like nice to get to talk about it now that everybody can see it and stuff?
Well, we've finished it so recently. You know, like there's like 10 jillion versions of the movie, and we just finished the home video release, and so it just feels like it's just never stopped.
Yeah,
That's right. But it's nice to see the reception that it's had and how people have been affected by it. So that's really rewarding.
It's great. It's great. I saw Hoppers and Project Hail Mary this week.
Oh,
nice.
cool.
Only
That's
Hail
fun.
Mary made me cry. I mean, Hoppers was great.
I hear
but
Hoppers is
the
you
best.
guys
Yeah.
got me, man. You guys got
Oh,
me.
I'm so glad.
Oh, dude. Okay. Who is more of a Grace and who is more of a Rocky between the two of you?
Oh, that's interesting.
Ooh, well, I am 2 months older.
So you're saying that's your Rocky in this situation?
Who's like
I
500
mean-
years old.
I could see that. I could see that I'd be the Grace and you'd be the Rocky. But
don't
we could
know
also
about
see it the
that.
other way, or we could also both be Rocky.
I'm definitely the most fearful.
Right? I don't know.
I have the most
We
phobias.
both have a little bit of Grace and a little bit of Rocky in
Yeah.
each of us, and that's why
I'm like stage fright.
That's why we can relate to them.
Okay. I feel like now I'm just going to start saying goodbye that way. A little
That's
bit
right.
of
Oh my
Rocky
god,
in all
yeah.
of us.
Oh, I also have like
Etchings on your...
etchings, yeah.
Yeah, anything spoilery, by the way,
wear
that we
long
talk about,
sleeves.
I'm going to hold
Okay,
until
right.
after the movie
Okay,
comes
yeah,
out
sure.
for everybody. By that question, by the way, came from James Ortiz. He told me to ask that one.
Oh, really?
So he was like, make sure I
That's
had to
funny.
shout
I've
him out
never
there.
been asked that.
Well,
I wonder what
sure.
he said.
He made my job easier. One last question for me
There
to
you
go.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
But Rocky's a character that I feel like you guys found a way to show emotion on through physical movements. Like I kind of
Yes.
could see human physicality and sort of how we might move to show sadness or happiness or excitement on that character. How did you guys kind of work on portraying that with things other than audible language?
Yeah, I mean, we had, obviously we come from an animation background, so like that's like a sweet opportunity for any animator to go like, how do I say this with movement, right? And then you've got an amazing teammate in James Ortiz and his whole puppet team, and amazing animators around the world that that it really complemented the work we did on set. And the whole thing was, how can we be expressive? What are the ways we can design the puppet so that it can move in ways that express feeling? James did so many rehearsals trying to figure out how to convey, like, take your head off, and we spent a lot of time. James and animation team also like a lot of time on what are the subtle things that say like, I'm looking closely at you, we on set I was always doing like, how do you do this? Because like, well, how's he do stereo? Because that's how I can like see how far out you are. What are the things that are universal? Go in any language on earth. Go and come are the same tongue and like body movements, expelling air, drawing air in.
Yeah, what are the movements that are universal? What could we have that be cultural things that the alien culture does that's his thing, like the way he taps twice for question, or the way he like does a little finger ting when he's thinking, or has a little back and forth when he's like trying to look at something deeply. There's a bunch of these little things that we developed with James and the team that we were able to like make it feel like, okay, he's got his own body language, but I'm understanding what he's trying to express.
I love that you guys made the choice to capture Rocky in camera as much as you could.
Oh yeah.
Where is the Rocky puppet now?
Right now he's at the Four Seasons
In the presidential suite.
presidential suite.
Hey, good for him.
Under
Yes.
guard.
Oh, that's cool.
It is true.
That's pretty cool. So Project Hail Mary built 2 sets for the ship to have a zero gravity version and a gravity version.
They were the same sets but turned on their sides. We shot them in one orientation and then
Took them
we'd go
apart.
over to another set, and then we would take the set and they would turn it sideways and then reassemble it sideways.
Why did you have to do that?
Well, Okay, so
It was either that or build 2 versions of every set.
right, exactly. And so
We theorized,
it would be
and
easier.
it sort
Mostly
of was
was
true,
easier.
that it would be less expensive to do it that way.
And it seemed interesting as an idea that you like when you're traveling in a rocket ship and everything's pointed down, it's oriented like a lighthouse, and so it's very vertical. And then when
It's
you're
also a big hill to climb, and it's
Yeah.
challenging, and he's at the bottom, and he has to go to the top.
But then when you're doing laboratory experiments, like who wants to be in like a lighthouse when you're doing a laboratory experiments? So the idea that you could have the gravity shift to being sideways, then you could have it be more like a train car, that you could have like the wall became the floor, was a really fun thing that we feel like we've never seen that before, and it would allow it to be really disorienting for Grace when you woke up and there's like a chair on the side of the wall, and you're like, what is this?
And you're spending all this time with him in space. The audience are. So in this ship, which is your basic only place you get to be. So we were trying to like scratching any way we could mix it up, basically. Lighting, what gravity state you're in, how messy it was, how many ropes, like every scene, it was like a stage play. We kept adding things to the set so that you never got bored.
I feel like it's going to be inevitable that people are going to make Interstellar comparisons just because of the visuals being so astonishing. I think that's a compliment because that's a movie
Or its
that's
original title, The Great Space Library.
That's a beautiful film and like a really cinematic achievement.
Oh, I completely agree. And they are very different films. And I think
Yes.
that the visual, like the cosmic stuff, is so well made. It's so incredibly shot, and they're still very different. But I would love to hear, was there anything you used as reference for those sort of cosmic shots? I mean, the way you guys have the lights moving, like you have the shadows when Rocky's ship is turning on the. I was
Yeah.
like, that had. I don't know how you did it, but I'm curious.
It's incredibly simple. We just put a zillion lights everywhere and turn them on and off in the right order.
On the sets, yeah. And I think, we wanted to give everybody a big spectacle space experience that they'd never seen before. We wanted to do something that wasn't like a rehash of every other space movie that came before. We're like, how can we show space in a way that feels warm, that feels exciting, that feels inviting? And so, the colors that we thought we could pull off, and in the book, there's this planet that's a green planet, and we're like, okay, let's lean into that, and also astrophage is a microbe that you can really only see in infrared, and there's infrared cameras, and so we used the infrared filter on the Alexa cameras to like capture real infrared lights.
You actually
bouncing
pull the
around.
filter out.
That's right.
And then you just like let it fly, and that's why it looks like pink like that, because that's like the native way that like IR light
We literally had like
gets
Ryan
ingested by the sensor.
in a cage, like a cage of chicken wire with a bunch of infrared lights sparkling around him, and then Greg Fraser, our cinematographer, holding a camera with like a water coming down, and someone pouring water through a thing so it would like make it all like misty, and he was going around while Ryan was like imagining that he could see the dots that he couldn't see with his naked eye, but only the infrared camera.
Only
could
on the
see.
monitor could we see what was
It was
being
really
captured.
like- and-
It's a long way of saying we followed the science. Like we followed like what you would be able to capture. We followed what would happen to the ship if it was in centrifugal mode. We also followed the like imaginary like projected science that Andy put into the book of what the microbe, how it behaved. And we tried to always like be pretty strict about that and extrapolate out from there. And that way it is like Chris's, Nolan's movie, and that he's kind of started from the same place. But I can't say we ever like looked at the movie and go like, oh, like let's be inspired by that. It was more like, let's not try to like copy Chris. He's too good. Let's kind of find our own thing, which is that it's like space is messy. Space is
Oh my God, that scene where Ryan is standing on the ship and the sparks are going by and it's
Oh,
cosmic behind
yeah.
it. That was incredible. It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
It was so well done. And I can't think of anything I've seen that looks like that before. So
Oh, I'm
right,
so glad. That was our hope, to make it tactile, and also for you to feel, the movie's shot digitally, but it's reprinted onto film and re-ingested. We wanted you to feel like the chemistry of like chemicals, like exposing film. That there was like there's something about like you watch the movie and you can kind of feel the amount of human hands it takes to make a movie.
We wanted to shoot in like a messy and like experiential way, so it didn't feel just like formalist and cold, but like felt like you were there with him and everything was real. That's why we wanted all the sets to be real and for Rocky to really be there.
And there were parts of it where like it felt like intentionally disorienting in a sense. It kind of immersed us in what
Yes.
Grace is feeling. And I also love how you guys I mean I'm just such a fan of Greg Fraser.
The
But, like the
best.
moments where you guys would transition back to Earth and then it would go like this, as if to say also you're just on a rotating ball down there anyway.
That's right.
That's a really good point. Yeah,
there's no-
your idea of your own orientation is something you've just
Yeah.
imagined.
There's no such thing as up or down.
Yeah, we
in
all think we're
reality.
upright,
Yeah.
but
It's a
Exactly.
framework, right?
Talk to the people in Australia right now. You know?
Yeah, exactly. We're on
upside down,
we're
right?
like little dingleberries hanging off of the bottom of the earth. So like a little bit comes from Spider-Verse, which is like, well, if you can cling to walls, then what's up and what's down? And then one of the things we learned on Spider-Verse is how tolerant the audience are
Yeah.
for being disoriented and how like automatically they resolve things that are in conflict and
Yeah.
figure out a way to make them agree.
Right. That's why we wanted to start the first shot of the movie, like Ryan's face upside down. And be like, he's disoriented, we're disoriented.
Yeah.
We're all the same.
Wow, that's really cool. I think the scene where Rocky is trying to save Grace, it almost broke me.
Oh man,
That was rough.
it's brutal.
The two most emotional moments was their goodbye in the tunnel for me. That was what I was just like fulfilled and sad at the same time.
Oh, good.
But that scene where Rocky was seemingly turning into gas or just
Yeah.
like dying
Yeah.
Yes.
was incredibly well made because you're able to follow it the whole time, feel disoriented and feel helpless. And I'd be curious to hear what your intention was, how you guys kind of landed on the way to deliver that sequence, which is so intense and
It was
important.
from a technical standpoint, it was very hard to get the puppet to like move Grace's body. Just a bit of a spoiler, right? And so we thought that having this like emergency lighting that would be like kind of strobing would help you feel this sense of disorientation and help you believe and not get too like looking at like how is he doing this and amazingly a great combination of the puppet team and the animation team
And
the stunt
lighting.
team and the lighting and like it was Greg Fraser on the box going like, red white black 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 black
Yeah,
red,
we
red,
have
black,
a
black,
video
black,
of him like hitting all these
snapping
keys on the
together.
lighting board.
Yeah. And then it was, and so it was like a great, again, like all these amazing people coming together with like a common vision to try to do something special, and everyone's super motivated to do something that feels emotionally true but not familiar. And so that's like the goal in every scene. But that was a really tricky one, but a special one.
And the way that's lit is driven by the fact that like we know we're going to have a 10-minute sequence and it's almost all of it's in this cockpit. So we need like
A story, yeah.
And this comes from like animation also is like, oh, we need a color script because I can't spend 10 minutes in the same lighting state. So why is it going to escalate? So like the colors get more and more acidic as it gets like they get into trouble, and then they get out of trouble for a second, and like the sun comes out, the clouds part, and then oh no, we're in doo-doo again, and then increasingly we get red, and eventually it's just red and black, and that's it. And so the reason it's lit like that is because that was the end of the color script.
Oh man, that was an incredible sequence. There was like 3 times where I thought the movie was ending. And
Yes.
I was glad that it kept going because I'd be like, oh wow, there is more meat on this boat and it's gonna give me more context of what's happening with them next. How did you guys kind of decide where to exactly end? I know the book was probably obviously a big source.
The book
Yeah.
was, the book is where we knew we needed to end, and so we wanted to have that be. But we did add a scene right before that wasn't in the book that felt like it give us a little bit of closure as to what happened on Earth, and probably just leave it at that.
Yeah, hey,
just so
there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, we the thing that's wonderful about the book is it's full of surprises, and takes you places you don't expect to go and that aren't traditional, and that's our bag.
Yeah, hey, you guys are killing it, man. I love what you guys do. All right, I'm gonna end with this. When this ended, I felt fulfilled and inspired and happy and just amazed.
Nice.
And just so many emotions that I enjoyed feeling when I see how you guys conclude the Spider-Verse trilogy.
I hope
How do you think I'm gonna feel?
hope you
Such a
feel
low
all those
bar to
things.
clear.
Yeah, I hope you feel all of those things.
Oh man,
I think so.
I think so. As it's designed, if we've done our job, you will feel both satisfied, happy, and you will have hopefully
Bittersweet.
laughed and cried a good deal.
If anyone has earned my trust, it's you guys. You guys are killing it. Congratulations.
thank you,
Project
man.
Hail Mary is just phenomenal. Thank you guys for the time.
All right,
Thank you.
Alright,
Thank you
thank
for such a thoughtful interview,
Thank
as
you.
usual.
Can we take a picture in front of this? This is insane. This is like actual mission control.